Oh my god. Oh boy. Lama.
Look, you see the bottle go here. Look, go here. Oh yeah, it's not right now.
为啥？
A glacier just erased a border. High in the Himalaya, an ice and rock collapse above the Lhende River on the Tibetan side of the Nepal-China frontier unleashed a wall of water that swallowed an entire cross-border trade route in minutes. As of the latest count from Nepal Police, at least 353 people are confirmed dead in Nepal alone, with 826 more missing. Across the border in Tibet, Chinese state media report 3 dead and 558 missing. Nepal's own government already puts the damage above $1.3 billion. And here's what should genuinely unsettle you. This exact crossing has now been destroyed this way twice in 13 months. If this is your first time here, welcome to Natural Destruction. We break down major natural disasters as they unfold, not for shock value, but to understand the science, the human cost, and the patterns behind them. We dig into why it happened, why it keeps happening, and what it means for the millions of people living downstream of these mountains. Here's what happened, according to Nepal's own disaster and security agencies. Nepal's National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority reports that at 8:40 a.m. local time on Wednesday, August 26, a glacier and rock collapse roughly 20 kilometers northeast of the Rasuwagadhi border point sent a debris-choked flood into a stream called the Lhende River. That surge fed straight into the Bhote Koshi River on the Tibetan side, then crossed into Nepal, tearing through Rasuwagadhi, Timure, and Syabrubesi before slamming into the Trishuli River.
Oh my god. Oh boy. Lama. Oh my god, Mario.
By 5:25 that same evening, Bagmati Province Police had already confirmed 31 deaths, a number local authorities knew was only a floor. On the Chinese side, Gyeongsang County in Tibet was hit by its own mudslide in the same window, damaging the border port. By Thursday, August 27th, Nepal's disaster authority put the toll at 165 and climbing. By that afternoon, Nepal Police had revised it again to 270. A magnitude 4.4 earthquake was also recorded in the same area around the same time, and investigators are still working out whether it's connected. Those are the confirmed facts. What they actually mean is where this gets complicated. Now here's where I want to slow down because the raw footage everyone's sharing doesn't explain the part that actually matters. This almost certainly wasn't a simple rain flood. It helps to remember the Himalayas are still one of the most tectonically active ranges on the planet, still rising as the Indian and Eurasian plates grind together, which is exactly why earthquakes, landslides, and unstable glacial slopes stack on top of each other here. Preliminary satellite analysis points to that ice and rock collapse blocking the Lhende River, creating what scientists call a debris dam, a lake with no proper wall holding it back. When that wall failed, all that pent-up water didn't just flow. It surged, dragging rock and sediment into a debris flow far more destructive than water alone. And here's the detail that actually stops me every time I read it. There had been almost no rainfall in the area beforehand. People woke up under a clear sky to a wall of water. No sirens, no dark clouds, nothing to run from until it was already at their door.
Oh shit! Wait, nah, quay mía.
La.
That's lesson 1, and it's worth repeating to anyone living along a glacier-fed river. A blue sky is not a safety guarantee. In these valleys, the danger can start dozens of kilometers upstream, hours before anyone downstream ever sees a cloud. Here's a detail that stings even more. Last year, Chinese authorities reportedly warned Nepal before the water arrived. This time, there was none, and the collapse happened closer to the border, so the debris reached the first checkpoint in minutes, not hours. A warning system worked once. It didn't work this time. That gap is where I think a lot of these deaths happened. If stories like this, the ones connecting today's headlines to years of pattern, are why you're here, that's exactly what this channel is built around. Subscribe now. It's genuinely how we keep following stories like this properly instead of chasing whatever's trending. This isn't just a Nepal problem. The same story repeats across the Himalaya. In October 2023, a glacial lake in India's Sikkim state burst overnight, and within minutes, it had wiped out the Tiesta 3 dam, a 1,200 megawatt hydropower project, killing at least 92 people and leaving dozens more missing. Then, in 2021, a glacier collapse in India's Chamoli district killed 36 people. And days later, a brand new lake formed near the same river, threatening a second flood. Lesson 2. In mountain disaster response, the story rarely ends when the water recedes. New lakes, new blockages, and new instability can form in the wreckage itself, which is exactly why rescue teams are watching the mountainsides just as closely as the rivers right now.
No!
Lesson 3, and it's short. Physical warning systems matter, but so does the informal network. Neighbors, temples, monasteries checking on each other before the water arrives. Both kinds of infrastructure are worth investing in. Search and rescue operations are still active on both sides of the Nepal-China border, and the numbers here, sourced from Nepal Police and Nepal's disaster authority, will likely be higher. Again, by the time you finish this video, we'll update you as they change. Whatever you hold on to in hard moments, prayer, family, hope. Hold it tonight for everyone still searching along the Bhote, Koshi, and Trishuli valleys. Thank you for watching Natural Destruction. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.